off that, a lot of, I think the founder of the studio, his name is Ricky. He did not want to do a shooter because we all came from DICE in the beginning. We're doing shoot and AAA shooters. And at that point, that was something that, okay, what can we do that really fits into this diorama mechanic which they created and is still interesting. So they landed on a puzzle game and then they, explored the IP, Alice in Wonderland, and a beautiful story when it comes to that. So the devs sat down and looked how they could frame a story in this Wonderland that sort of was tailoring to the Alice experience of falling down into a rabbit hole. And then I would say that this probably the lack of the first game, or not the lack, but the sort of the thin side of the game was the narrative and the story. The first game was about a grandfather reading a bedtime story to their kid or grandchild. And as she falls into sleep, she experiences what Underland is and all the magic creatures down there. And that's sort of when we created Escaping Wonderland was something we wanted to explore and move further on, both on the narrative side, but also on what is Underland, what's down there when you land in there. Is there a place that you will join if you are potentially unconscious and asleep, or sedated, or in any other state? So what is that sort of the red thread we can have between the games? And I do believe that developing these two games is yeah, we focus on that instead of having a cohesive story between the two. So this is basically a story which we can frame anything, and it comes out of your dreams and being in that world.